I'm live, so YouTube can hear you. You want to say hi to YouTube?
No.
Okay.
Mom.
Yes, daughter. There's definitely a lot of, but that shampoo, we got some good conditioner, but the shampoo, I got a bunch of that hotel shampoo. It's okay. It's not that bad, but you can use the Motions conditioner. Hello, guys. You need to wash it.
After I trim my ends, I'm gonna get my hair done because it's gonna be short. It's gonna be so short. No. Not so short, but it's gonna be like something I can't stop.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. Good morning or good afternoon, actually. I feel like I should still be asleep, you guys. I was up doing spell work all night. Literally, I was up all night doing spell work. I am good. My family is back together, as y'all can hear. Maybe because I'm just tired and overwhelmed. I saw my daughter for the first time. She came home. I haven't seen her in 4 years. And it's still kind of mind blowing. I'm having to breathe because and take it all in. Yeah. So she seems to not be shy about being here, so which is good because she's just acting normal. And that's the way that it should be, right? And then my grandbaby is home too. So I have, oh my God, and she came in here smiling at me. Oh, my little stink. Yeah, guys, my family, all of us are together. And it feels like Jacob is just so happy to see his older sister. So that's what I was going through yesterday. I was dealing with a 5 over layover at the airport. Hold on real quick, y'all. All right, guys. So, hello, guys. Anyway, I wanted to come and speak to you guys about a couple of things. Okay, a few things. First of all, Amazon is not shut down on their shipping. I'm gonna have to call my friend and update her on that because she thought unless they're not shipping in anything into where she's at, unless they're not shipping anything into New York, because my friend is in New York. Woosah. In fact, I need to call her. I believe that is New York on lockdown. Are they not allowing people in and out of New York, guys? Hi, Zaya. Are they not allowing anybody in and out of New York? I don't know. Well, I'll have to double check. I didn't mean to. I can still sense that there's people that are still afraid. Oh my goddess. I don't know what it is that has grabbed a hold of people's minds with this coronavirus. Maybe because they rolled out 5G at the same time. Guys, I keep telling y'all, many of you are not going to get sick of the coronavirus. And even if you get sick of the coronavirus, you're not going to have shortness of breath. Your mind is manifesting symptoms. Many of you have shortness of breath. That's what Spirit keep telling me. Spirit keeps telling me that many of y'all think look, if you have shortness of breath with that disease, Many people heard the shortness of breath and freaked out. That's only near the end if it gets so bad that you have pneumonia. That is the worst symptom that you can get. That's one of the worst symptoms that you can get of the coronavirus, okay? Thank you. Thank you for saying that. Thank you for saying that. You know what? Zaya, you deserve a wrench. Thank you, honey. You are now a moderator on this channel. Thank you for saying that. People need to hear. Uh-oh. What are you doing, Stink Pot? Stink Pot? Did she eat yet? Mm-hmm. Yeah. You should make her some eggs. Oh, yeah. No, somebody. Why can't it be you? Anyway. Yeah, y'all, that's my grandbaby. The family is all back together and we're going to have barbecues, and I'm getting ready to get the kids to get the Easter tree put up. So that has to be put up immediately. Many of you guys want readings, okay? I want to talk to y'all about the readings, okay? Listen, yesterday, you don't even want to know. Guys, you don't even want to know. But I got to tell this story because I had to fly my kids out of my hometown. And they had the only flight that they had that was an immediate flight, and it was actually quite cheap too. But the only flight that they had a layover. So when they got to and guess where the layover was at? Detroit, Michigan. So there was a layover in Detroit, and the layover was like 12 hours. They were late. They were going to be running late because it was already a layover, but it wasn't that long. You know, there's plenty to do at the airport to buy your time unless you already have everything done, like security check and stuff like that. But then at first, I'm gonna tell y'all something. Believe in Archangel Michael. I swear to God, them people was it was almost like they were too distracted and scared to really help the children because they are in an unusual place. First of all, you can, and thank God that didn't happen, but I didn't know that you couldn't get hold. It just really, anyway. So they came in really late last night. And then I had work to do for people that I went ahead and got done. I did some great work for a client. I'm going to ask her if I can show you guys, if that's okay, because I had to do a binding for I got to go down here and do some blessings and stuff and do some stuff over that because got to be careful when you're doing some of this work sometime, okay? And then I had some other stuff to do. So my readings had to get canceled. And the reason why is because my daughters was calling me all day. Of course, they were at an airport with a baby. So I had to be a support system for them yesterday. Okay. And so I ended up having to reschedule everybody's appointment, which I'm going to reschedule you for today. But I'm going to have to spread it out. Spread it out. Okay. Guys, let me tell you something. Yesterday, I went through a few minutes to where I felt like I couldn't breathe because I was so stressed out over the whole airport thing. I think any parent that has children at an airport, they're older, like they're not kids, in fact, and, I'm not going to give away all the details, but, as far as what happened, but I can tell you that Detroit, I had to pray for Archangel Michael to lead and guide the situation. And it actually got worked out because, my daughter was really tired when she got there. She wanted to go lay down. They had nowhere for her to lay down. I could not get a hotel for them. And the reason why is because you have to be there to check in. You can't really take out hotel. People have to check out their own hotel rooms, and you have to have a deposit and all that stuff. And y'all, it was a big, it was crazy. And I just prayed to Michael, and then finally the flight even updated. I asked Saint Expeditus to speed up the flight. He sped it up by several hours because they did have a delay until like 8 that morning. No, 6 in the morning. It went from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. And then so they updated it like an hour later to 4 a.m., but then it ended up getting to be 10 p.m. So they had rescheduled it. It was she said it was a maintenance something, and it's normal, and they ended up getting on the plane at 10 and they got here about 1. So of course that was a happy, joyous experience. I think that, me and my daughters sat up all night and talked. You cannot imagine how it feels to have your child taken away from you, stolen from you. I will never let her go. None of them ever again, and then there was an emergency that was happening. So I've just been really, really stretched to the max. And I've still been doing you guys' readings and stuff, of course. But I had some people that were just scheduled yesterday. Hey, listen, guys, sometimes I have to reschedule you. If you're stressed out, I can talk you down off of that stress. But if I'm going through stress at the same time, it is not advisable for me to do readings. So that's one of the reasons why I ended up saying, hey, and there was a couple of people, like there was a few of my clients, until I explained to them, because when I do stuff like that, I don't tell anybody. There wouldn't be anybody to tell. My daughters knew they were coming home, and they're old enough to make that decision now. So yeah, yeah, and it's just because they had nowhere to really go there. The past 3 or 4 years of their lives has been on the edge. No stability. They had stability with me all those years. They tried to say that I was unstable and shit. I haven't had an eviction since I was freaking young. And I was trying to freaking deal with their father. When I got evicted, the last time when I had gotten evicted, their father was stalking me. That's why I couldn't live nowhere in Kansas City, because he was following me around. Literally following me around. I absolutely despise their father. And if I could get my hands around his throat, I would. Trust me. Y'all have no idea how despicable that man was. And the fact that I was literally on pins and needles the whole time. My daughters were not here. None of us felt right. Jacob was upset all the time. Jacob was so happy to see Deja. He didn't even know what to do with himself. They're both Pisceans. They have this connection with each other. And Jacob has been lost without his sister. Like, people don't know what the fuck they sent my family through. These kids were happy. There was nothing crazy going on. People created hell in their lives for their own selfish purposes. So I'm healing from that, because and literally to see my kids be able to look at their house and say, oh my God, we have such a big front yard, and oh my God, we can get a porch spring and a porch swing, and oh my God, my kids we are literally the best we have ever been in life right now. Like the promise and the hope and the plans that my children have for their lives. And yes, I have been trying to get them to learn witchcraft. It doesn't mean that they're not going to go to school. They've always went to school. They've always liked school. You know what I'm saying? y'all don't know what I've been through. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean for all of this to come out, but fuck, I'm real. I'm real. So I'm not a fucking teleprompter or a damn zombie robot. I'm a real person just like you. I hurt and I experience pain 10 times the amount that some people do. And I had to learn to deal with pain because I was in pain. And a lot of this symptom and stuff that we're having right now, it is because of the trauma that they have put us through. I'm not going to get angry. I'm not, but if I have to, I'll go down there and light all kinds of black candles on him. I'm talking about pins and needles, baby. And root and bark and all that stuff. Bark and bite. That's not right for somebody to send somebody through that so that he could collect a free $100 per month. I should report him. Yeah, and I'm exposing you. Get Cat to make a video. Get one of these buffoons in the black sector to make a video. Why don't you? But the truth is what we know is the truth is what I speak. My children had to suffer and sleep on the floor so that that man could collect an extra $150 per month. Of course, through the welfare system. Did anybody ever think to go tell that man to get a job? Any of these men that have been harassing me daily in social media? No. You know what? I have every reason to hate men, but I got one reason to love them, and that is because of their penis. That's the only thing y'all got going for y'all. A lot of the times, let me tell you, even though I do love the men that are protective, I remember one day I had to go somewhere in an Uber and I had like some anxiety. And I know it was because he had a lot of Christian spirits around him. But the guy was actually able to talk me out of anxiety, which was really good. So men that can do that for women are amazing. You men that are trying to create anxiety for women, you're disgusting. Leave us alone. No, we don't believe in the coronavirus. Kiss my ass. No, we don't think that we can catch the coronavirus. We have codes. The weather is changing. Hello, people are so dense. So I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not talking about all you guys that are not stalking and harassing me. You guys are just scared, and that's understandable. Okay? I totally understand you, and I love you, and I'm holding you, and it's going to be okay. I'm sending angels. Like, I've been deploying angels. That stuff works. Do you know that Archangel Michael came and literally fixed everything that was going on at that Detroit, Michigan airport? Because I broke down on the phone because they didn't want to talk to me. It was so frustrating. They didn't want to talk to me at all because Deja is 18. I'm sorry, when a child is traveling at the age of 18, you need to, and also they need to talk to the person that bought the fucking tickets. See, my daughters, they like to try to handle stuff on their own. And they did. My daughter handled it. I was so proud of her because they were jacking them around and trying to mistreat them because they thought they were young and stupid and was trying to charge them extra to switch their tickets back when there was no need to because there was still room on the fucking plane. I'm not mad at them though because I know that there are people, because it don't make no sense to sit there and just be mad. Y'all can hit the thumbs up though. Oh, are y'all not happy that my babies came home? That must really, really be a female thing then, because y'all should be very happy that my family is back together. Like, I don't understand why nobody's thumbs up, but that's okay though, because y'all been programmed. But I can tell y'all that all that bullshit programming that y'all saw was propaganda, had nothing to do with my family. My mama ain't never had custody of my children. All that was a lie. I've had all of my babies since they were born, and my daughters went to go visit my mother when they were 13. My children have never spent that much time away from me. And trust me, they suffered and I suffered because it was not right. And y'all was at that, well, they need to go. And I never forget RPJ saying they need to go to their daddy. Yeah, go to their daddy and sleep on the floor and sometimes not have fucking food to eat because he's a fucking loser and a crackhead that won't go get a job. Don't come over here judging me no more. You know what? Now that my family is back together, fuck with us if you want. Because I will teach those girls will do a ritual. I got the power of 3 over in this motherfucker. Don't fuck with me. I got the mother, the maiden, and the crone. Don't play with me no more when it comes to my family. You people put my family in danger. Y'all lied. You thought you knew what was best for my family, and my children went back to go stay with their father, and he did nothing but neglect and abuse them. So y'all can kiss my ass. Don't you ever get involved in somebody else's business like that. Those people were evil and selfish and violated my children. Y'all don't know what could have happened. I'm telling y'all, people online were lying on me and advocating for this lying loser. That's the only reason why he got away with it, is because he knew 2 crack-headed Caucasian women, and people believe Caucasian people. So y'all attacked me like attack dogs while he took advantage of my daughters so that he could get an extra $100 a month for beer and cigarettes. Yeah, I'm gonna let it all out, y'all. I don't care. I'm gonna let it all out. I am gonna let this all out today, guys. I'm sorry. Y'all know it over here. We real. You want to go gossip about my business? Go right ahead. But you just judging me because you're jealous and you don't like me. I have paid, the last time they had both came home, I paid over $600 for their tickets. That was back in 2015. Their father claimed that he was picking them up to go visit. He never bought my children home, and y'all let him get away with it. Why? Is it because we're black? Is it because my kids are black? Jesus Christ. No wonder nobody gives a damn. Look at this world. I'm going to tell y'all something. You bet. Who is this calling me? I'm about to block whoever you are that's calling me. Really, yo. That's somebody that has my cell phone number too. The spirit wanted me to speak out about this today and wanted me to expose him. My daughters, both of them, need to go to the doctor. Deja has not had a checkup in 4 years. She's a girl, a young girl. She needs to go to the doctor and get checked out. She needs women's care. So I'm going to take them up to the, I think they give them, but I don't even, we'll wait because right now we're going through this COVID thing, or COVID-19 covert operation ID 19. Okay. And I dig it. I dig it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. I'm going to tell y'all something. The only way you're going to survive this is mentally. So, people are freaking the fuck out right now because of this. And I'm going to tell you something. Y'all need to write down on a piece of paper that you are not afraid of the coronavirus, that you are protected from the coronavirus, that if you have the coronavirus, you're going to heal very quickly of the coronavirus. Light you a few candles over. You can use tea lights, emergency candles. I taught y'all all this. Where is it going in one ear and out the other? You can get you a black, white, red, and brown candle and completely knock that shit out of your household, man. It's a spirit. COVID-19 it's this is a spiritual thing. It's a demon. You understand? If any organism, the virus itself is in fact a living organism created by a demon. Do y'all understand me? So all my children are going to survive the coronavirus because they all came home. Thank you, Goddess. Y'all have no idea how much I worried. And there was sometimes when Frankie would get drunk and he would start hitting on them. He choked my daughter once. I'm letting it all out. Y'all need to know what y'all helped this man abuse and use my children. He beat me. That's why I didn't want him around him. You can't have a man like I'm talking about he was like Mickey in the burning bed. I turned around and he hollered off and hit me upside my head. Why would y'all, you know what? That's why I said, ladies, get your crowbars, get your guns. Let's get an army. We're going to protect our own fucking houses and neighborhoods, even when these men won't. I should have never went through that. I should have never, ever, ever had to face a man that told me that my children had to go back to something like that, because they never did. Because I was on housing at the time, but I was still the most stable parent that they had. And my kids were even talking about how much money I used to spend on them. And then another thing, it was a complete and total lie that I did not send them to school. That was a lie that was perpetrated upon my mother. I had to temporarily homeschool these kids because I didn't know what to do, because their grandmother called up to the school. That's why I don't like that lady to know where the hell I live, because she'll call up to the school and say despicable things about my family and get people to thinking negatively about my family. I don't even like to mention her to the school boards. I have all this proof on my email. I can always print it out and show it to you. I had to send letters to the school for documentation that my family does not get stigmatized because of my mother calling up to the school, sending other people to call up to the schools to harass me and my children and to say horrible things about us that's totally not true, but just making shit all sick and twisted and funny mirrored. She should be in jail for what she did to me and my children. It hasn't just been since 2015. This shit been my whole life, and it got worse. It got consistently worse, man. The crazier she got, the more sick it got. And Frankie is totally gone. He ain't even there no more. He's a total zombie. My kids told me that, you know what, not my kids, because I ain't about to, but he bumming for $4 packs of cigarettes and shit. He doing dirtball bad. Anytime you choose not to feed your child, you collect food stamps in your child's name and you won't feed them with the food stamps. In fact, you sell them to your fat ass sister, and then the sister, they were brainwashing and verbally and mentally abusing Deja, because Deja was afraid to come home because her aunt told her that she would call CPS over here and she would attack us. So the CPS calls were coming from him too. He's called CPS on me before in Kansas City. I had just moved into my apartment with vaulted ceilings. Very nice apartment. We had just moved in that day. When you move in, do people have groceries when they move in? Maybe a few from the old house. I tend to throw away all my, I had some frozen stuff, but I think, wait a minute, let me think. I think I had threw everything away because my house ended up getting infested. And I didn't really have a lot of freezer items anyway. I had ordered pizza and I was going to the store like the next day. Okay. He called DFAX on me in Kansas City. This was when the children were way younger. You know what? What kind of father would do that? He knew that we had just moved in, like literally that day, the day before. You know, when you just moving into a place, you still unpacking. I usually eat pizza. I don't know. Every family that you see, even on the movies, like y'all ever see that movie Poltergeist, the new one, when they move into the new house, they're trying to, the father kind of is having a few financial issue, but he holding on. And he goes and he gets his family chicken nuggets and pizza for dinner. Y'all remember that? And you know what I'm saying? When when you know how to live like a normal fucking person. Okay, thank you, sweetie. Can you make me a cup? Okay, honey. So listen. I ain't trying to start no war with him because it won't be no war. I could have easily taken his life. And he was so weak, guys. When I do work on him, it's like patoop, it's like pakookie. Like literally, it's like abracadabra. When I do work on him, it works instantly. He done been all in and out of the hospital. He done fell out before because his heart should be very heavy. Because I put it all on him. That's how I survived, because all that pain that he caused me, I sent it back to him. And I protected the children while they were there. So that's your plan of action if something crazy like that happened. And I would astral project. Let me tell y'all what I would do for years. I would astral project to these girls because I knew they was going through something. I would go and literally beat the holy shit out of him and his sister at least twice a week. Keep them off of her. God only knows. But you know what? They knew better. Do y'all understand me? Y'all, even if y'all kids are in a dangerous situation, you can still protect them. I am that parent that got that phone call when my child was 5 years old. My baby got hit by a car. It was the scariest thing to go through. And I realized that it was a demon trying to destroy my children. And I said, I'm not going to fucking let you, because I can always see the demon. Okay? So right now I'm trying to learn how to breathe right again, because you don't breathe the same when your children are in this situation. You constantly got anxiety, PTSD. I would love for him, if his, you know what, I can see the mug shots, him and his sister in jail. They deserve to go to jail. You're committing welfare fraud, for Christ's sakes. Why are you getting away with this? I was supporting those girls. Wow, thank the goddess. It ain't about bragging. I just want more than enough to take care of my babies and give them a good life. Do you understand me? My baby would call me. I would have to order stuff for her. Sometimes I didn't even have the extra. They wanted to eat. They wasn't even eating right. My babies ain't been eating right. They ain't been eating right. Their hair is damaged. I got to take care of their hair. I'm about to do both of their hair. Y'all already know I'm about to get my hands in that hair. Because I know how to grow hair. My daughter's hair before the flat iron apocalypse, because, their hair and I think that African American hair can be extremely vulnerable to heat styling. and they were just running that flat iron across the hair, and it just broke off really quickly. And they probably, you know what I'm saying, because they went through a phase where they wanted to do their own hair. But I had their hair grown down their backs, both of them. Both of my daughters have amazing natural hair. They put perms on my daughter's hair. They let them perm their hair. Even though it was against my wishes, I told Frankie, I said, do not let anybody put any chemicals on their hair. What did he do? He let somebody put chemicals in their hair. And they don't even have what you call, my daughter's hair is like a 4A. You know, my oldest daughter, and Danielle's is like a 3C, or maybe even a B. It ain't even coarse like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just thick. So yeah, I said it. And it came out randomly. Go gossip about it. Go stick up for him while you fuck over kids. Those kids were probably ready to come home as soon as he picked them up that time. They were too scared to say it, because I remember somebody walking back and forth. Deja kept looking up. I remember saying, I need to see you, honey, because they would call me every now and then. I say, I need to see you. I could not file kidnapping charges against them because he's their dad. And if the police would have checked with them, and he had them so brainwashed to where God only knows. But at the time, I didn't have money for lawyers. These men take advantage. I can't stand them. I don't want him around my children ever again. Those are my wishes. You are not their father. Their father is a spirit that's been looking out for them. Thank the goddess, not you. He didn't buy her nothing for her birthday. Nothing. Not even a fucking, you couldn't even go to the Dollar Tree? What are you? God, it's not about how much you spend. You literally, if you dirt broke like that, down to the ground, broke down, you couldn't go to the Dollar Tree and get a gift bag and get your daughter some trinkets, some pretty trinkets. She's a girl, for God's sake. Well, at least at least the family made sure that she got to her homecoming dance. She did get that done. Now, the schools are shut down until further notice, but we're going to get her in school immediately. Danielle is doing Job Corps. Tyrese is about to get a job. He's getting his GED. Tyrese has been worried sick about his sisters. We function better as a family. To split us up like that, it was just preposterous. He did a lot of emotional damage to my son, to my younger son, to me. There were times I thought I was going to die. And you know what, guys? I made it through it. Because he probably wanted me to die so that his children would have to live in poverty with him for the rest of their life. But you know what? My spirit is stronger than his poverty demon. I banish you from my life for good. The only reason why the poverty demon even had any access to me was because that impoverished man kept my children. Now, you want to talk about who I've been talking about? People want to make videos about me, talking about single mothers and talking about deadbeat fathers. That is who I've been talking about. This man that I had children with. I don't know you, so a lot of y'all are just crazy and y'all tortured me online. Y'all probably be talking to that fool. He probably hired you. I got to cleanse my daughters of all that shit. Nothing wrong with them. They know where they belong. They do. They so relieved to be home. my Daisy May has been in his. I call her Daisy May. Somebody said that sounded like an older person's name. No, it don't. I might name my next daughter Daisy. That's a beautiful name for a child. A daisy? That's a flower. Anyway, that's her nickname. That's what I call her is Daisy. Sometimes I call her Dizzy because she's so bubbly and just you couldn't imagine how worried. Sick. I was worried sick. Even though I didn't show it, I was. I didn't show you can't do that all the time. You gotta go on with yourself. And then at the time she was saying it was her choice. At that time, for whatever reason. Funny how as soon as she turned 18, she came home. So it wasn't really her choice. To think that a man would use children as a pawn or some kind of cash cow is disgusting. To think that this man's, he would always say, I love you, as if that was going to get me back. His mama would come to me and say, he just tell me he sure do still love you. Shit, his love ain't that deep if he can't get up and get his ass to work to make sure that our children are fed. How much devotion do you have to your woman and your family when you can't fucking make a way for them? And you literally are like another mouth to feed. Yeah, you may have done things. He cleaned up a lot. He compensated. He tried to compensate for the lack, but that patriarchal demon, boy, he would make me lose my job. I lost many jobs over that man. And this is the story that a lot of women have told. And these same men that are our age, they are despicable. They are absolutely despicable. A lot of them. A lot of them are despicable. They don't want to admit that they made life harder for you. The older you got, the more sensitive you got to lack and non-nurturing and neglect. A lot of y'all women need to still heal from neglect from your parents, neglect from that man. They neglected you. They didn't take proper care of you, even when you were pregnant with these children. That's a shame. They have no sense of survival. Yes, little mama. That's right. She is too much, y'all. That's my little Scorpio. They didn't know. They didn't know. And then also, there's a hatred for women with children that is very apparent. Just go look at Tommy Sotomayor's channel. They clump us all in the category, and it doesn't matter. If you black, you just a single black bitch with kids, and you ghetto, and you this and that. But when you're white, you're gold. And unless you do something really despicable, but other than that, the standard of the black woman and the expectation, but that's okay because Tommy is putting y'all on to some very good vloggers. So keep doing what you're doing, Tommy, because I ran into strong mommy of 9 and I'm ready to binge watch some of her videos. I feel like I done found one of my sisters. So thank you. I sent him a donation. So that's okay though. They can hate all they want, but that sister got it going on. She got over 125,000 subscribers. And I salute her, and I will donate to her. I will send her money if she ever needs it. I look for single mother vloggers that are going through stuff, because if I would have known that she was going through that, and if she has any kind of GoFundMe or PayPal or Cash App, I will be donating to her. And her family is beautiful. She has the most beautiful family. Her children are so well behaved for her having 9 children, or she has 8 in her custody. Hold on, y'all. So, I think that we need to just really focus on the healing and the cleansing and the unblocking of the chakras and all of that. And if our own people can't be happy for us, there's people out there that am. I am a Black woman, but I don't hate on other Black women. I am a Black woman and I don't hate on white women. I have a variety of students and clients, Black and white and Indian and Chinese. I have all different Asian. I have all different walks of life that come into my shop or come into my, business. You know what I'm saying? That I do work for. And, so I say that to say this is that I would really appreciate it if lower vibrational people would at least leave us and our families alone. If you choose to stay on a lower frequency, just don't put your energy off on other people. And if you do, maybe you should try to get some help, some spiritual help. Because that is disgusting. And it's straight out of the Bible. They'll be like, look at this little bastard. We are in the Bible days. We are literally but it's a past life transgression. Hello. It doesn't even really exist. If somebody were to walk up to a single mother and shoot her simply because she's a single mother, you're going to go to jail for a capital crime. If you walk up to me and try to shoot me simply because I'm a witch, you're going to go to prison. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think if somebody actually was able to kill me, I think they would give them the death penalty. Because my spirit, guys, I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all don't know what I know about this spiritual stuff and some of the stuff that I have seen, heard, and done on my own. And I know for a fact that my spirit haunts people. And I'm not even dead yet. And I haunt people. I already have the ability to haunt people. So I think I'm some kind of, moonwalker. I think I'm a moonwalker or something. You know what I'm saying? So, because people just people just wake up every day thinking about me. Like my lovers, like I have to literally do work on them to get rid of them because they'll be like, I can't stop thinking about you. I can't just stop. You're always in my head. I dream about you. Maybe because I'm an earth angel. I'm not even going to lie to you. Maybe because I'm just so good. Maybe that's why. Maybe because it's something about me that is irresistible and yummish. Because I just got stalkers. Okay, guys. If you are waiting for a reading, I want you guys to contact me at 770-686-7461. Also, I'm going to do something that I've never done before. I am going to post my booking link in the community tab. Now, that may get some of you guys scheduling appointments that haven't paid. That's okay. I'll just contact you and say, hey, my daughter has a cough, y'all. I got to get you some, I'm going to make you some tea for that today, baby. Damn. And it may not taste all that great, but it's going to knock that cough right out. I'm going to give my daughter a potion, give her some elixir tea. Oh, I bet you it's a lot of people that's angry right now for some reason. For some reason, there was a couple of older ladies that were jealous of my daughter, and I could sense that they were doing work to try to split my family apart. They were like helping him. It was like, really? Ooh, karma is a bitch. That is crazy. I would never do that to somebody and their kids. You know what? I protect women and their kids. Just to be that type of woman. Like for me, I'm a woman that protects kids. I don't care if you were my brother. If you look, this his sister is so despicable. She does everything that her brother tells her to do. In fact, when he's in jail, I think people in their family tend to do better when he's incarcerated. This man is a practitioner. I believe that he's a male witch. My ex, I have to keep a doll on him. I have a doll on him. I'm gonna go down there and I still have your doll, buddy. Oh yeah, y'all know I know how to handle the Babadook. Y'all know how to deal with the Babadook. I'm about to bind and twine his little ass up. Y'all better come to me for that work. I'm gonna post a picture of some binding work that I did for a client so that you guys can see how I actually do my bindings, my poppet bindings. I've seen many different spell bindings. And I saw one done by another practitioner that I was actually going to try, but Spirit basically told me to do this particular ritual, and it's pretty powerful. You know what I'm saying? Even the client was like, wow, she could feel the power in the pictures that I sent to her. So hopefully she won't mind. I always post my work anyway because it's intellectual property. But, if a client were to mind, I would respect their wishes. If she were to say, no, I don't want you to, then I say, okay, that's no problem. But, none of them actually ever mind because I show y'all a lot of client work. It doesn't mean it's not going to work. I show y'all a lot of work. It still works. Here's the thing. When you get spiritual work, you've done it. It is done. You do not get spiritual work and then continue to worry about the problem. Okay? If you get spiritual work done, it is done. Stop worrying about seeing the work too. The practitioner is going to get the work done for you. Don't worry. Y'all worry too much when y'all getting this work, and y'all actually be affecting y'all work negatively. You can affect the manifestation of the work by being negative and being doubtful. When you get it done, it is done, and that is it. Okay, now some of y'all are very untrustworthy because you guys have been scammed. So you want to make sure that, the work is getting done, and you want to make sure that the practitioner knows what they're doing. But some practitioners don't show their work. That may be the agreement that they have with their deities, or maybe that's what their spirits want. For me, I teach self-healing. And I teach witches. Like, we're supposed to teach this knowledge. The more we teach, the better things will be for all of us. So I don't mind you guys seeing stuff that I do and, doing it yourself. Maybe go out there and do work for people. I am recruiting witches. Hello. For y'all to go out there and do work for people, especially you healers. I'm not just recruiting witches. I'm recruiting empaths and healers. We want y'all to be out there working. Many of y'all who are going through financial issues, this is what's going to bring you healing, because when you help others, you're helping self. All of those people that come to you have something to do with your spirits, all of them. So when people come out here and say, I'm going to steal her clients, I don't think you would want to do that. I would never want to steal nobody's clients. That's stupid, because why would you want to take on somebody else's burden? You don't know how heavy that burden would be for you. So when you're a spiritualist, and this is intel that I am getting straight from source. So when all these witches was arguing and shit, it was just like, God, I was mainly defending my family because they knew exactly what to do. Look, I'm not trying to start no fights or arguments with those people about that again. even though it's kind of ongoing because I get these strange text messages mentioning other witches sometimes. If it's not you and it's a troll just trying to use your name or whatever, that's fine. But honestly, I'm just trying to heal my family and take care of my children. That's what always has been my priority. It was extremely disappointing, but it's okay though, because it was meant for that to happen. That happened for a reason. For a lot of these women to literally treat me like shit and try to pretend as if they are doing it because I'm chasing after a man. Remember when I first moved to Georgia and they tried to turn it into it was all about I was chasing De Niro Red, even though that little boy was cute. He's a cutie pie. He ain't no little boy. I'm gonna quit saying that. Okay. But I was not thinking about him. Like I contacted him when I got to Atlanta. He didn't want to meet up with me. I had to keep it moving. They kept attacking me about that situation. No, I came down here. I had already made plans with my family to go and stay in Savannah. They started contacting my family in Savannah. They sent CPS to my family's house in Savannah, and that had nothing to do with Frankie. That was people online doing that. That was somebody else doing that dumb stuff. It could have been Frankie could be somewhere in the mix in there. So guys, y'all got to understand that y'all if y'all are going to appreciate my services, y'all going to have to start by empathizing with me. Otherwise, you can never use my energy for a damn thing. A lot of people want to come around and go, "Ooh, I've came for your energy, my dear." Okay, look, hon. First of all, I'm an empath. And if you can't even empathize with me, I'm not going to empathize with you. Empaths were chameleons. Empaths can either look, y'all that sit up here and say, "Oh, I'm just going to die for this person. They might tear me down and destroy me, but that's okay because I gave my heart." That's not empathism, baby. That's you having an underactive heart chakra. Underactive. Imbalance in your heart chakra. You're not supposed to be senile like that. You're not supposed to do that. That means you have an imbalance. No, that's not good. In fact, so guess what? They feel like figures like, according to New Age, people like Jesus Christ, but even though they beat the hell out of Jesus Christ, I think they ganged up on him. So it's not like he made a choice. People make it seem like Jesus Christ died for our sins. He was willing to die. That's BS. I think that's why Jesus is mad at a lot of y'all. Jesus did not want to die for our sins. That's a damn lie. Why would somebody need to do that? Okay, and y'all can say what y'all want to say about what y'all reading out of that Bible. But I'm a medium. So if Jesus is a spirit, then I can talk to that spirit, right? That ain't what Jesus is saying. Jesus is saying, no, I didn't want to die. In fact, I didn't die. He didn't die. Jesus didn't die. He resurrected 3 days later, according to the story. So, and another thing is that story manifested for women. There have been plenty of women that have been beat the hell out of, and they rose and resurrected just like Jesus too. So that doesn't make men special just because they casted themselves as special. We're all special in our own worlds, okay? So, no, my children are not here to meet up with men and all that crap. We're going to be doing family activities. I'm taking, as soon as the stuff open back up, I'm going to take them to the zoo, the aquarium, now that they're all here, because we was all meant to do this stuff as a family. That's why I ain't did hardly nothing in Georgia. And I think it's because my daughter wasn't here. I said, I ain't about to have fun if she ain't having fun. If they go through it, I'm going to go through it with them. So I give my heart to my children. That's the only person I'm supposed to give my heart to because they are they are my inner child. They are me. They are branches from my tree that are branching off. So I have a very strong connection to my divine mothering nature. And y'all have seen me. The one thing that y'all can take away for the last 5 years is that I stood up and I fought for my kids, even though I couldn't do much. It was really, really bad, y'all, because they really took advantage. They took advantage of a woman that was already trying to ascend and get better because that man never wanted better for his children. A lot of these men don't want better for their children. And that's sad. So that's where it starts with the woman. That's where it goes. It lies within you. You can't give up as a woman on your children, man, even though they was hundreds of miles away from me. On a regular basis, I was at my altar. All their names was written down. Even and y'all don't remember I told y'all I did that ritual with them witches birds. I got all my babies' names written down. I kept it like that for years. That's how they survived all of that. Because that's hard to have your trust violated by your father like that. Y'all not gonna make my children go through it ever again. I will rip you to shreds, and that's the way all y'all women should be. And if another woman questions another woman about that, she need to be flogged and flagged. How dare you? You are purposely putting those children in danger, and you know it. Literally, my children my oldest daughter for 5 years, she had hardly ever been. Well, them vaccines would make her kind of sick, but she will hardly ever. And see, they ain't been eating right. I got to get a good meal in them with some garlic. See, his family don't cook with garlic and onion. They use garlic powder and ketchup in their spaghetti. No, we use real chopped garlic, okay? Hell's wrong with you. My daughter she ain't been eating right. Even though she's not overweight or anything. She looks great, But and I'm not gonna fatten them up either, because I told them, I said, we're gonna get plenty of exercise because we're gonna start walking. Okay, together. Me and my daughter's gonna go to the gym together. We're gonna go get our nails done together. We're gonna go get our hair done together. We're gonna go out for good. That's what we should have been doing. That's sad for people to do that, for them to purposely split up families and literally it came out of nowhere. I didn't see it coming. I didn't see none of that coming. And sometimes you ain't supposed to, though. I didn't see it coming, though. And you know what? I don't have to suffer because of it. The only person that has to deal with that negative karma of his actions is that man. And that is what the witches will do. And it ain't nothing that they can do about it. These children should, you know what? To be honest with you, I'd have been done had this house if all of my children were home. That broke me. It broke me for a minute. It broke me down. And then I was too afraid to fly to go get them. I was stuck. Y'all just can't imagine how that feels. Especially when you are the best for your children. You are. I am. I am. I always have been. I was like, afraid. You know what? That's why people need to mind their own damn business. I remember RPJ made a video. That's why he went to jail. That's why RPJ was the one that went to jail, because he the one that planted that seed in y'all minds of bullshit. He came on here and said, those children need to be with their father. He didn't even know they daddy. Well, he do know they daddy because he just like they daddy. Just a drunk, can't do nothing for himself, jobless and homeless. They picked this man up off the beach, homeless. You let some a bum, y'all let a bum dictate how y'all felt about the future of children, and then you wonder why. That's why they gon' that's why I told my daughters, I said, it's okay. I had to calm down because when they went to that Detroit, for some reason, something going on in Detroit, Michigan. Ooh, they was so nasty towards my kids. They didn't want to help them. They was so nasty towards them. The lady at Case at in Kansas City International Airport was, they were all very helpful. For some reason in Detroit, Michigan, they I had to call Archangel Michael. And you know what I saw Michael do? Michael went and took possession of a supervisor down there. She came and made sure they was okay. She came and checked on them. She said, y'all not, they said, no, we just going home to our mama. We have a layover. We're tired. We're hungry. And it just, because they probably hadn't, because they hungry. They are hungry. My kids are hungry. They like, Mom, cook, so I'm going down there to cook. They, get some groceries, Mom. You know what I'm saying? And so we ordered groceries to the house. That's the way that it should be. It's not about bragging. I wouldn't have never said anything about Frankie. I think that the board contacted Frankie and said, look, you're going to get custody of those kids because we've got to prove that these single mothers, these men are not, that was not the right decision. And the reason why I was yelling and hollering and hooping and upset those years was because my children were taken from me. So they'll do something like, I don't know, put your children in the hands of a crackhead. And then they'll say, oh, she's crazy. She's yelling and screaming and upset about it. Oh, God, these women, look at her. Oh, don't nobody care about your gaslighting. They're narcissists. Narcissistic people should never be, anybody that was affected and afflicted in that way should not have the possession of children. Not if you bad off like that to where you gonna collect food stamps in your daughter's name and refuse to feed her and sell them to your fat ass sister every month. Yeah, I said it, do something. Because it needs to be exposed. I got negative energy that y'all should have been directing towards his sister. But if y'all would have directed that negative energy towards his sister, I would have lost control of the situation. But now y'all can feel free. Real talk, because they were the bad guys. I have never, ever, ever. And see, when I was raising my children, when I didn't have the capability to run my business and I didn't have that, I hadn't found my north. I was not too proud to go down there and get them food stamp benefits. I would go down there and get them because, of course, the father was not helping. Y'all want to blame the woman for the lack thereof of care, just like the narcissistic parent that purposely, you get the benefits, but you don't feed the child. Those are the ones that I have a direct problem with. She had a fig. Come here, mama. Come here, mama. Oh, you took something from her. She don't like that, but she accepts it quickly though.
She don't have to.
She didn't whine for too long. Yeah, Orion's daughter. These men, I'm gonna tell you something. Don't ever trust them. If they were capable of starving your children, if a man is actually capable of saying, "Fuck the kids," I'm gonna go over here and not give the stamps to the kids, and I'm gonna sell them and take the money and drink beer and get cigarettes once a month with them. You think that man should have custody of his kids? And if you do think that a child deserves that, could it possibly be that maybe you might be sick in the head? I already know the backlash that's about to come. Are we ready for it? That's all I gotta say. And we stronger than ever. This house is covered in protection. I don't feel nothing. The only thing I do feel is the heat from this coronavirus. Y'all can't touch me. In fact, when I first moved into this house, it was so still over here. Y'all shouldn't have never been doing that, man. And the only reason why y'all had access to my daughter's hair, y'all had access to them. You know, you ripped my fucking family apart so that this man could get welfare benefits. And then you said, oh, well, he should be able to get it. Well, yeah, he should be able to get it if he has custody, but he should spend all of those stamps on the kids. Why would you do that? Can we ask that question, or y'all going to question that man? Nope. Because y'all going to say, well, you know the white man messed us up, Jamila. You know the reason why over half of us don't support our children, don't know our kids, never knew how to be a father, because the white man messed us up. Even though we went without a daddy and we knew everything that we should do for our kids, even without our father, but we just refused to do it because we was angry and blamed the kids for our pride. It's sad, man. And I'm saying this because I don't want to see any other children and families and mothers. I think you see my post. You know, I think the kids were mainly okay, except for those few times when he lost his mind and became abusive, which is bad enough. Come here. But we nurturing the mothers too. They need nurturing. Mothers and children need nurturing. How dare you take from a mother and her child or her children? You have to be the lowest form of a human being walking on this earth. That is the reason why God is going to put his judgment, the goddess is going to put her judgment on all of those men, because you did not do the right thing. The men that do the right thing, y'all good. Y'all don't have to go down because of them, even though y'all afraid of it for some reason. I don't know why y'all think like that. Men are crazy sometimes. They think differently than women. No, if you're a man that's standing up for what's right and you don't co-sign that crap and you know the truth and you've been looking at me for 5 years, literally my heart broke. My heart was literally broken. My blood pressure been at 200 over 300 for 5 years straight. My blood pressure up right now. Let it stay up. It ain't going to kill me. That's the only reason why I even survived that situation. When your heart is broke, your blood pressure going to go up. That's your heart's way of surviving. You got to be able to go and think for a second. I know a lot of y'all go and travel to the doctors because y'all scared y'all's going to die. And that's a problem. But, you know, guys, it just sometimes and then people were going around saying I didn't love my kids. People were going and they are like, my kids will tell you that they like, no, we know that ain't true. And the sad part about it is that these women are given no support except for over here. You are fully supported. If you have to call me at 3:00 in the morning, if you have to text me over and over again, I know what you're going through. That's why I don't. That's one of the reasons why my clients, if you know, if they need me, they will let me know. Just, you know, that seriously, because you know these women have children, and men make it scary for women that have children. They do. It's awful and it's horrible. And it's so damaging. I don't understand why it continues to happen. If you are abusing the woman, how the hell can she take care of her children? She's supposed to just be strong while you abuse her every day. That's why A man hit me, he only hits me once. Okay? I'm keeping it real about that, child. A man hits me, he only does it once. And I just, you notice how witches always seem to run into these men that like to put their hands on us. When you step into your witchy power, though, and you start to feel that witchy power, then you ain't got to really worry about nobody putting their hands on you, to be honest with you. So the man that you end up with, he just gonna worship the ground you walk on constantly. Would never even dream to do nothing because he respects you so much in what you do. And he'll never say to you, "Oh, I don't think you should be a witch. I don't think you should read cards for people." He'll never say that to you. In fact, he'll go to the store and buy crystals for you. That's the man that's for us. Maybe it's some sort of waiting period that we have. You got to pick a side. You can't be two-sided in the situation. You got to pick a side. And for me, I've pretty much eliminated a lot of people that are like that. I've eliminated a lot of people from my personal life that are like that. So, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I'm just gonna keep coming on here now, guys. My lectures that I do, like right now, what I'm doing with this lecture that I'm doing right now, which was totally impromptu because I was just gonna come and talk to you guys about the schedule. Now, guys, I will tell you that the self-healing techniques that I taught you guys, you need to do it. Ones of you that I am working with, please do everything that I instruct you to do because more people are needing to come in. Okay, and they are going to come in because we are getting ready. There's going to be I'm about to get all kinds of new clients and new students as well. So many of you, when I teach you the self-coping skills, you have to do it until I'm able to return your phone call because many of you will, if you're trying to reach me and if I don't answer back quick enough or if it, because guys, sometimes y'all will be texting me and I'll be on the phone with somebody doing a reading. So just keep that in mind, okay? That my business is not shut down. In fact, right now, if you're a spiritualist, you're very much open because you're helping a lot of people. It doesn't, I mean, whether or not you're helping people with their, managing their stress, okay? And part of that stress management is going to come from your self-healing ability. Now, I can teach you that, which is why we've got lots of oh yeah, get in the group ritual, guys. We're getting ready to go down here and do the Easter tree right now. That needs to be put up immediately. The Easter tree is not just for play. These are spiritual. These are items that are consecrated for spiritual work to bless my home and to bless you as well. Somebody called me a troll. I made a video about it. You doing Easter? And it's like, dude, first of all, I called it an Easter tree because that's what it is, so that people could identify what the hell I was talking about. Okay. Second of all, these are things that are going to help. They're going to help. They're not like, this is not just about doing an Easter egg hunt. That's what people are so uneducated. Christians can be so dumbed down. You thought that it was all about an Easter egg hunt. I bet you this guy's a Christian that keeps harassing me and trying to do work on me, praying to his Christian demons. Good Lord. And those demons pretty much are very active right now. This guy doesn't realize that an egg is a symbolism of fertility and growth. Yeah. And a rabbit brings luck and good fortune. Yeah. Yeah. Uh yeah, it's important for us to celebrate this. Yeah. Uh-huh. Are you pagan? Nope. He's probably Christian. Why are you harassing? And you know what is crazy? Because these men think they have the right to do it because they consider me to be black. Well, I don't consider myself black. I consider myself to be pink or brown. Y'all know I've said that several times. That doesn't even make sense. Am I the color of my computer tower? No. So what the fuck is that? Black is a color. That black is a black is a color. There's things that are black on this earth. Yeah, and there's people that are black. I've seen very, very dark people. If you want to call yourself black or purple or pink or green, if you want to call yourself a fucking leprechaun, man, I am all for it. Listen. You see what I'm saying? Y'all feeling me or not? Because if I do believe that black is beautiful. Melanated people are beautiful. I love black hair. I love black features. Yes, I do. But I love all features. You know what I'm saying? I think that beauty can come in all races. So I'm not just oh, black, 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 and I'm just obsessed with blackity black, black. No, that's not. I think that people like that really are, who are you trying to convince, me or you? Now I understand if because okay, go live your life. That's what you do. You go live life. Go live life and be great about it. That's honestly how I feel. You don't have to sit up here and just, now there's other things, guys, that are more important, like these interdimensional beings that affect all of us of all races. You think that those interdimensional beings, the demon of poverty, the demon of that's the demon of patriarchy, the demon of poverty, the demon of a lot of demons affect all races of people. What are you talking about? And then other cultures of people. So, for example, like y'all know, my last name is Briscoe. That is an Irish name. It's a Celtic Norse. I call it Celtic. I like pronouncing it Celtic, but it's actually Celtic. Um, but I like, that my last name is Irish. It goes way back. So I'm actually proud of my last name when it comes to my ancestors. There's some people in my family that I don't get along who have the same last name. But then again, I've got people. You gonna cut them?
Because they have them, but they like.
Yeah. It's in one of these boxes, sweetie. Your brother will help you. Did he make coffee? Mm-hmm. Okay, I gotta go get coffee. So, I know what you women have went through. For a while there was like a few years where a lot of mothers, because the frequencies was so bad, a lot of mothers was under too much pressure and so much stress. And, all of a sudden, y'all notice how it was a lot of mothers that didn't want their children and they were going through it to where they were just like, oh my God, I do. And they're in one of these boxes. I haven't unpacked the scissors yet. Well, as soon as I moved in, it was like the next day I found out I had to get you guys here real quick. Either in these boxes that are in the closet, like that box right there has a lot of stuff in it. In fact, bring me that box because there's a lot of good stuff in that box that I want to get out. So, hello? Yes. I mean, hey, hold on a minute, guys. Sorry guys, it's sad. People are so spiteful and hateful and evil that I can't give out my address to nobody, like, because I don't know who to trust. That's terrible, ain't it? So anyway, y'all, all of y'all ladies that have children, all of you that are faced with disadvantages because you got folks attacking you, you can truly, truly make it and get through that. And I am always here to help you. In fact, guys, I think that maybe shipping is closed off to New York. I think they shut New York down or something. But here's what I want to say to New York. This is going to end up being a blessing for you guys, even though it seems very scary. So just trust the process that you're under, okay? And try not, because I got people. I got a very close friend of mine that started off as a client, and she's in New York, and like I can feel like I was really, really upset with her because of what people were going through. So I've been on the phone with all of my clients. And then also, guys, what I'm going to do is we're not going to really worry about schedules. I'm just going to get to you guys, one by one and just call you. So just text me. And the first person that texts me, I'm going to call you. Whatever we need to get done, we're going to get done during that call. The second person that texts me. So hopefully you guys are watching a lot of you guys do watch me on YouTube though, so you guys do get announcements, but sometimes I ramble, and I did do a lot of rambling, but I think it's important to actually listen to a lot of the things that I'm saying because people can miss it. And they have been requesting part 2 of Gabriel's reading. Gabriel is here, his spirit. Okay, Gabriel comes to me all the time. That little boy, Gabriel Fernandez. So he wants that Easter tree put up too. And once we get that done, then he will, then we'll do so. So that's going to all be done tonight. And so somewhere, probably in the witching hour, I will do part 2 because a lot of people are ready for part 2 to come out of the Gabriel Fernandez reading. And I really appreciate the love and support that I've been getting. It definitely does help having people out there that believe like you do. And so I'm going to do a lot of that on this channel. In fact, that's what this channel needs to be about. I know that a lot of you guys like the zodiac sign readings, but I'm actually going to do a poll for you guys to see if you guys would like for me to gear towards more so the spiritual investigative readings, such as hauntings, deaths, missing children. And you guys can definitely put your suggestions. For some reason, I was wondering why I don't get comments in the community tab, but that's because they're shut down. So I think I can open that up. So you guys will be able to do all of that, and you guys will be able to leave comments in my community tab, because I know some of y'all are probably like, because I'll be getting like at least sometimes 40 or 50 upvotes on my community posts. And so some of y'all probably, wondered why you couldn't leave a comment. Hold on a second, sweetie. There is a box and it has a lot of stuff in it. It's over to the left. Like when you go in, look to the left. Because I know that's probably what you was about to ask me about. Yeah. She keeps staring at me. She like, that's my grandma. Y'all, I'm a granny. Did y'all know I was a grandma? And proud of it. Yes, Mom. When people be like, yeah. When people be like, oh, you a grandma, I be like, yes, it is grand. It does make you feel special to be a grandma. It does. That's right. That's right. And I love you. I was there when she was born, guys. So y'all know there's a bond. I was one of the first people that she saw when she was born. Yeah. So, She's so happy, y'all. Thank you. So yeah, guys, what do y'all think of that? Because I think that with the zodiac sign readings, like I'm basically like, okay, I'm never gonna stop doing that, but maybe we can do it like maybe I'll just do one monthly. Because y'all, I will tell you that Kanika Jenkins wanted a reading done for her. Like these spirits, they come to you. They do. And Gabriel, I was totally not even seeing his spirit for some reason for years. It just it was I was scrambled too much. It wasn't until I got into my home that I was able to make the connection. Because if you're scrambled and there's putting scatter frequencies on you, this is the reason why they have scatter frequency disruptors available on YouTube. So you have a choice whether or not you want to get, because when they scattering you, that's the zombie. When they're doing things to interrupt your frequencies and your thought processes and to make you feel fear. So David Icke actually talked about this. I was looking at one of his many videos. I really do like David Icke. He is very, very informative. He's a prophet, in my opinion, because he's telling and speaking the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help us, goddess. I know it seems, and he talks about reptilians and aliens and things like that. I am really into that. And then also, I would like to start doing more alien investigations and stuff like that. So weird stuff like sightings and stuff that we may see, because I think we're going to start seeing more of that. That's why on a regular basis, I search on YouTube for authentic paranormal videos. So if you guys have pictures and videos and stuff like that have paranormal stuff in it and you like for me to read it, you can definitely contact me and just send me the video. And we're going to start doing stuff like that, because this is actually what I enjoy doing most of all. And like, I would love to start visiting like haunted houses. Um, I would love to visit Florida and go to Ma Barker's house, because they say that her house is haunted. I would like to take my family on a vacation to New Orleans. I would love to take my children to do some traveling, because and so yeah, so um doing stuff like that, maybe I'll even step into, because I think it was real. I'm pretty sure it was real a few years ago. I believe I was genuinely contacted by a TV network. I was contacted by a TV network to do spiritual investigations for people that had come up missing or either died, for criminal investigations. Yes. They wanted me, they also wanted to like document my life, as a psychic. And I think it was real, because of the network. I'll have to go and search for it. At the time, I turned them down. I said, no, no, I can't do that. I was really kind of in isolation and going through a lot. So I couldn't do it. But, I can still do things like that. And maybe you never know, it may open up some doors for me to where I'll have sponsors. So that's where it's at, because there are people that will sponsor psychics. And I'm ready for that kind of stuff. And it comes very natural for me. It comes very, very natural for me. That's why, like, a lot of my readings, I get people that have really, really bad spiritual stuff that's happening in their life. Things that have, either hurt them, either financially, emotionally, or even physically, or even their physical health. So, and for me, I take it very, very seriously. And of course, I want to be taken seriously. I think that everybody does. My God, to not be taken seriously just sucks. The people will try to do smear campaigns so that people can look away from you, but none of that even matters anymore. I'm in the place where I'm supposed to be, and I want to do some beautiful things and just show you guys magic and do my spiritual investigations. So um the part two will be up very, very soon. We just got to get the Easter tree up, and then I'm gonna go down here and cook me some breakfast. Um, I know that there's still many of you that are in the trenches right now, and I had to get where I had to be to pull you out of there. So, that's the whole point of it. Like, I had to be operating at 1000%, you know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why, Yah got me towards by the lake. This is the reason why I'm by a lake, because I'm a water sign and I'm an empath. The lake brings protection. It does. Any large body of water, even if that's why they have witches that live near swamps. The swamp protects those witches. Even in our favorite movie, The Skeleton Key, let me give you an example so that you can visualize, to give you a visual. Y'all remember Mama, Papa Justify and Mama Cecile. And even though they were doing some really, really dirty necromancy magic, she was surrounded by a swamp, and that water protected her. That's one of the reasons why in the movie they show um, Goldie Hawn's daughter. We'll just say that because people know her by that, because for some reason I can't think of her name. But they show her going over this long stretch of water. And water is very protective. It is. And I'm an empath, and I do need, because I'm going to tell you something. If I didn't have that water, I think that all of the negative energy from this coronavirus scare probably could have knocked me off my feet to where I wouldn't have even gotten done what I have gotten done, because I actually have a cleanse to do today. I have a honey jar to do today. I think I'm going to, yeah, that'll be perfect for my student. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. Anyway, I'm just thinking out loud because I'm thinking about all of the stuff that I have to do. And you know what? If you guys are feeling just stuck and like you're not doing enough, or like I can work with you, because idle hands are truly the devil's workshop. If you're sitting around all day and you don't have nothing to do, 9 times out of 10 you're going to start getting angry, mad, and confused. Okay. And a lot of y'all that y'all might even have a witchy business, you be like, whoa, where's the clients? You know what I'm saying? But I'm pretty much like, when I have a lot of stuff to do, I just get it done. And I'm blessed, and I try not to let it stress me too much. I just get it done, because stress is not good for your work anyway. So, empaths, that's why a lot of very sensitive people, they go live by the water, because it is protection. And, Yemi Ya told me 3 years ago, she said, we're going to move you by a lake. And she took me to this house that I had looked at that was literally right by the lake. But then one of my spirits didn't really want Jacob that close to the lake. And then they didn't want the grandbaby to have access that close to the lake, because the lake was literally like right in the backyard. So that fell through. But then we eventually did get where spirit wanted me to be. So if spirit wants you to be somewhere, you gonna be there. You gonna be there. And they done already, I done did when you move into a new home, you have to plant yourself firmly like a tree, especially if you want protection and you don't want to be driven from your home, because negative spirits can drive you from your home sometimes. Doesn't even really have anything to do with people knowing where you live. I truly believe that in this particular neighborhood, even if they tried it, they wouldn't get away with it, because I'm in a great neighborhood. I'm not in a neighborhood where somebody's going to look at you and be like, oh, we have to, is this person on drugs or something? Because and that's sad though, because I was genuinely somebody that, just drank a couple of glasses of wine a day or something, not even somebody that gets dead drunk. I just drink a few glass. I don't get drunk. you can't really get drunk off of wine unless you drink a whole bottle of that Merlot or something, or that Cabernet. Like, you can get drunk off some pretty good wine, you know what I'm saying? But it was a rough, kind of a rough neighborhood, and I don't even know why. It just was fingered as that, you know what I'm saying? And then, it probably, I don't know, I never looked at CPS as being my enemy. Of course, during that time, at first, I was worried about them making a mistake. I probably would have had a heart attack and died. That was a fear at first, but then spirit came to me and said, you don't have to fear that. We ain't gonna make no mistake. There is no mistake with spirit. The mistake is not having your spirits there. When you got your spirits and your ancestors, honey, baby, let me tell you something. Somebody doing something against you, I put everybody in a beef tongue. Everybody. I'm gonna go and show y'all my collection of beef tongues, because and then even my clients that I did beef tongues on, I'm going to send you a picture of your beef tongue because I still have it here. We keep stuff like that, especially if you're still dealing with your case or whatever. So, and when you let go of that fear, life is totally different. So contact me if you guys, because that's what's holding you back. That's why that's why your stuff doesn't manifest, because you're too scared. I had to talk to about 3 of my clients last night and tell them, say, look, a lot of y'all are in a fritz. If you calm down, your work is going to manifest quickly. And see, I like to have y'all in good spirits before I do the ritual, because I can feel you, and I'll be sitting there trying to, like for example, I got to do love work. Okay. And I'll be sitting there doing your ritual, and I'll be picking up on you. And then I'll be damn near trying to banish you away from me just so I can get your work done, because your energy is so worrisome, and that's not going to help your work. So I got to sit, when I'm doing love work, baby, when I do love work, I'm sitting there listening to some Stevie Nicks, or either I'll listen to some 80s music or something, and I'm sitting there chilling. In fact, I've got love work that I'm going to be doing right in front of my Easter tree. So many of you that get work done right now, it is going to manifest really quickly, but you're going to slow it down because of the energy. It has nothing to do with me being a weaker practitioner because I'm an empath. No, that has nothing to do with it. Any practitioner will tell you that when you get work done, you have to consider it to be done. If you don't have trust, then something is blocking it within you. Something is wrong, because your intuition is strong enough to tell you to send us money to do the work for you. But then you don't actually consider that the money says, in God we trust. So when you spend your money, I don't care if it's at Big Lots, I don't care if it's at the Dollar Tree, I don't care where you spend your money. It's in God we trust. Y'all understand what I'm saying? So, especially when you're dealing with a spiritualist, because I've already announced that if you have issues and if you have spiritual debt, you can pay your spiritual debt with me. If you guys don't know what spiritual debt is, you would have to get a reading. Many of you that are suffering in this lifetime, you have spiritual debts, and some of those debts have been put on you by your parents. Those debts can be removed. Those are not your debts. Some of you have spiritual debts from a previous life. Those can be removed or either expanded upon. That energy can be transmuted. So you don't necessarily have to have your past or your past life. Your parents represent a past life because they raised you when you were a baby. We go through stages of life. So the first stage in your growth was in your mother's womb. And many of our mothers felt fear, burden, and all things ridiculous when they were pregnant with us. Some of them, they couldn't just sit there and embrace their pregnancy. They were concerned about not gaining too much weight. And, that led to and I don't believe in gaining a lot of weight. When I got pregnant with my children, I gained tons of weight, but that's because each of my pregnancies was cursed. I didn't see it at the time. Many of y'all that had your stomach got all messed up and stuff. And, that was that was a manifestation of a hex. And, it shouldn't have happened, but it did because somebody was speaking and you probably didn't hear what they were speaking on you, but what they were speaking on you was still manifesting in your life. So what? So what? Love and embrace all of your battle wounds because you earned it, and just get your body in good as shape as possible. Get to the gym. I'm highly encouraging you women to work out, get up and move around and breathe. You know what I'm saying? Very important for you to do that. So we are going to make sure that we are pushing women's wealth and health, women's wellness, wealth and health. The WWWH, women's wealth. Well, what did I say? Women. I'll go back and listen, guys. It went that fast, but that's okay though, because we know we put it out in the universe. Because and you know what? I had somebody that said something to me that really bothered me. It's a bad situation that she's in, and she said, "Well, I've kind of thought that maybe I need to accept it because it's just the way that it is." But you have so many different choices. The world is your oyster. Why would you do that to yourself? That's what I told her. So sometimes y'all be needing to hear that, because it's unbelievable the way that they have so many people programmed, especially some of these men. Everything that they were taught biblically, they put on us. Ooh, I found my black salt, y'all. See, I knew it was a bunch of stuff in here. Got my ground allspice in here. What else I got? Oh, I found the Eco Styler gel. I got some gel here. These are Jacob's blocks. His little Jacob likes to make words with his little blocks and stuff. He's really good at. Oh, and you know what? This wormwood stuff, I heard that wormwood is going to be excellent it's going to be an excellent herb in preventing or treating coronavirus. Somebody has said something about wormwood. So, yeah, guys. So anyway, that's where we're at. There's no excuse in the world for allowing a demon to feed off of your children for 5 years. A lot of people will say, well, why is she complaining? They back there with her. You fed off of my children and exploited them for 5 years. We have to heal from what you did. I almost feel like an apple tree that many, many people were able to just come and pick my apples whenever they wanted. That's why I believe some of these, you know what? That's why you got to show respect to nature. You can't walk up to an apple tree and say, bitch, give me an apple. You've been done bit into a poisonous apple. You got to show respect for nature and say, thank you for this apple. So that's what it's all about. Like when it comes to, because there's a debate in the anti-vegan community, they talk a lot about how plants have protection around them to where they don't want to be eaten. And they were saying, so there's a big debate about whether or not, all those vegetables that y'all eating are healthy. But I think if you show respect to nature, you can eat anything on this planet without having health problems. You just take it for granted, and you don't take the time to take care of that tree, and you just suck it dry and try to destroy it. And but then but then again, symbolically, we're all sort of raping the planet, the rainforest and stuff. I'm not gonna get into it, y'all. I done turned this into a 12-hour conversation, but y'all know that I take it there. I go there. I go real deep with it because it's all relevant. Anyway, guys, I gotta go. I'm gonna have the kids, like I'm gonna do like a lot of the work, but the kids are gonna, because of course, they're gonna want to do the Easter tree because they told me to wait until today to do it. So we're gonna go and put up the Easter tree. As I'm doing the Easter tree, I'm gonna be following up with y'all. If you're emailing me, whoever texts me, I'm gonna call you first. If I need to do a reading on you, then I'll get you taken care of. Anybody that is waiting on a reading, because I know that I had several people scheduled. I will go and look at my reading schedule, but some of you guys were not scheduled. Some of you guys have prayer calls that you need. We got to get that done. I've got somebody that needs a prayer call that I'm gonna get your cleanse completed today. I do cleanses during the day all the time. So cleanses, I like to do those during the day because that's when you get the most sunshine. So I'll do those. The other stuff I like. What, baby? Cleanses and money manifestation work I usually do during the daytime, and love work. So some of y'all will text me at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon and you guys will say, hey, did you do the ritual? And it's like, no, I'm preparing for it. I'm not doing it until this evening. So, y'all like, oh, I was just wanting to light the candle. Look, these rituals are not just about lighting a candle. The energy, and also I look at the current zodiac. I've started to do that because that matters. Like sometimes when the moon is in a certain zodiac, it's certain stuff that you can't do at that time. Okay. So and I actually have it bookmarked to where, I'll just go and look at it and say, oh, I'll plan my day around that as far as what the work that I'm gonna do. But I do my rituals pretty quickly, but I do usually tell people, hey, give me up to a week or two, or sometimes, especially when it comes to some of these more involved rituals, like the binding ritual that I did. I did that one pretty quickly, but typically it can take me up to a week. Also, guys, Amazon is not shut down. I can still get your stuff shipped from Amazon. So I think it depends on your location, but they're definitely still delivering to me. So I think it might be certain states that maybe can't get supplies and stuff, but I can still get spiritual supplies. And then also I have a lot of candles and stuff already, but um somebody was saying that Amazon wasn't shipping out anymore, and I don't know if it's just to that area, but I know I went on there today and they're definitely shipping out. I think that they are doing something about priority, something. I think it depends. I think they're talking about the toilet paper, guys. They're not talking about candles and stuff like that. They're talking about toilet paper, food items, pantry items. Because I went on there the other day and I tried to order a thing of toilet paper. It was one left, and by the time I checked out, it was gone. So I should have went ahead and checked it out separately from my other stuff because I was shopping for other stuff. You know, there's a lot of little stores around my area that are constantly stocked with toilet paper. So I'll leave that to people that, I can get toilet paper anytime. I don't know what the deal with. Like, there is something about that toilet paper that's symbolic that has something to do with this, though. I wonder if people are having like a lot of diarrhea or something, and if it's black. If you're producing like a black diarrhea, that's actually something coming out of you that needs to come out. So maybe that's why a bunch of people was like, "Oh God, we need toilet paper," because I don't know what that was about. Anyway, yeah, but if you guys need to reach me for readings, I am booked for today. I am totally booked for today. I have no openings for today, and half of my day tomorrow is gone. So you guys can still get on my schedule for tomorrow. And I'll make a separate announcement because some of you, maybe, but yeah, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna be busy doing this other stuff, and I gotta get my phone charged. So I'm gonna go, guys. You can cash app me to enter into the Easter tree. I will be back later on to show you guys the Easter tree. So hopefully that will brighten somebody's day. Let me tell you something. You know why spirits wanted this Easter tree to go down? Because we're gonna brighten so many people's day just with that energy. Just watch. When I get done doing this ritual and getting stuff lit up, you guys are going to feel that energy. And that ain't no joke. That's very real. What you feel is real. Okay. The stuff that what is somebody going to tell you that you should question how something made you feel? Because a lot of people be like, "Ooh, oh my God, I can feel that energy because um, I've been doing, I do all of the equinoxes. I celebrate all of them. Okay. And I think that you guys should really consider that, especially depending on what your ancestry is. Because a lot of y'all be running around here, like, for example, Sarah Sudan said he talking that Africa stuff, but it looked like that boy sure is bright. You never know what might be in his ancestry. Yeah, they did have light-skinned people in Africa, but it's some, you know what I'm saying? You never know. You never know, and so also I'm teaching people very powerful Celtic or Celtic magic, however you pronounce it. Um, yes, we do the hoodoo. I teach eclectic magic, so I just do what works. And the funny part about it is that I think that you can do several different. That's just like with some of my work. I use the rosary bead, which is connected with Catholicism. With some of my work, I use the ink. It depends on what the work I'm doing and what spirit tells me to use for that. I have a variety of spiritual and religious stuff. I do work with Christian energy too. For example, Saint Expeditus, his symbol is the cross. So that's why I keep a cross, because his energy is where you see that, and he makes things happen quickly. Okay. So I will be working with him on all of y'all work, but just consider that with love work, with any work that you do, you have to be patient. Um, you do, especially when it comes to love work. Now, money manifestation work, that should work within a week. If not, something's going on. So, uh-oh. Thank you, baby. She's okay. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I love you guys. Love and light. If nobody told you that they loved you today, Jamila loves you. Have a wonderful Friday. And get the love up. Okay, get your love vibrations up. Love is gonna beat that corona. Okay? Seriously. Love is gonna bring in healing energy. Right? So I'll see you guys later. Love and light.